Good morning, Professor. Good morning, all our friends. So today, in this special occasion, we from Group 4 are going to present to you our presentation about part of linguistics. But before that, let us introduce the group members in this presentation. The first one is me. My name is PUTU PASTIKA with student ID 221-2021-078. And my friend.
My name is RICHI with student ID number 2212-01152. And my friends.
Hello everyone, my name is PUTRI REGITA with student ID number 221202196.
So in this presentation, we will talk about part of linguistics, right? So in linguistics, we have 5 divisions of linguistics. The first one, we have theoretical linguistics. The second one is applied linguistics. The third one, we have pure linguistics. Fourth one, we have macro linguistics. And the last but not least, we have micro linguistics. The first material or the first part of linguistics or theoretical linguistics will be explained by my friend RICHI. The time is yours.
Thank you for your time. So the first part of linguistics is theoretical linguistics. Theoretical linguistics is a subfield of linguistics that seeks to develop models and theories of fundamental theories of human language. It also aims to provide deeper understanding of how human language works, how it is processed by the human brain, and how it is learned by children and adults. Theoretical linguistics also draws on various methods and approaches from different disciplines. So basically, theoretical linguistics is a vibrant and dynamic field that seeks to uncover the fundamental properties of human language and to explain the rich diversity of languages found across the world. In this theoretical linguistics, there are 6 scopes of theoretical linguistics. And the first one is phonetics and phonology. In phonetics and phonology, we learn about physical properties of speech sound and their organization in language. And the second one is morphology. In this morphology, we study about the internal structure of words and rules for forming a new words. And the third one is syntax. Syntax is study of the rules for combining words to form sentences and the structures that underline the sentence formation. And next is semantics. So in semantics, we learn about the meaning of words, the meaning of phrases, and also the meaning of the sentence itself. And last is pragmatics. So pragmatics is the study of the use, how language itself in context, like including the social and cultural factors that influence language use. And the next material will be presented by my friend. The time is yours.
Thank you, RICHI, for the explanation about theoretical linguistics. So the second one is applied linguistics. Applied linguistics is the second part of linguistics. It is the practical, it focuses on the practical application of the concepts and findings of linguistics. In theoretical linguistics, as explained by my friend before, it is a study of language and aims to provide deeper understanding of human language. while in applied linguistics, it oriented to the solution of linguistics in problems. It identifies, investigates, and offers solutions to language-related problems. It's also developed an effective teaching and learning methodologies and materials. In applied linguistics, we have 5 scope of applied linguistics. The first one is language teaching. Language teaching it refers to the process of acquiring the ability to learn a new language. This requires a combination of instructional support, practice, and individual effort, and it can provide a range of personal, academic, and professional benefit. And then the second one, we have the language teaching, language policy, assessments, and technology. Language policy, it refers to a set of guidelines of regulations developed by government, institution, or organization that govern the use of language in a particular context. Language policy plays an important role in promoting linguistic diversity, facilitating communication, and shaping social, economic, and political structures. And then the language assessment is the process of evaluating a person's proficiency in a particular language. It can be used for a variety of purposes, including academic and professional purposes, as well as for immigration and citizenship applications. The last is the language technology. It refers to the use of technology, machine learning to analyze, understand, and generate human language. It also has the potential to revolutionize the way we use, communicate, and learn and understand language. And then we have the language planning. Language planning, in language planning, the development of plans for implementing language policies and for promoting language use and communication in specific contexts. And then the discourse analysis. Discourse analysis is the study of how language is used in context, including the social and cultural factors that influence language use. And the last is pragmatics. Pragmatics is the study of the use of language in context, including the social and cultural factors that influence language use. So applied linguistics seeks to bridge the gap between theory and practice by developing practical solutions that can have a direct impact on people's lives and can contribute to the understanding of language and its role to the society. And the next material will be presented by my friend.
Okay, thank you today for the explanation about applied linguistics. So next, the third part of linguistics is pure linguistics. So in pure linguistics, it focuses on studying the nature of language and developing theories and models. So it focuses on all aspects of languages as a system on its own. And pure linguistics also will enable us to break down language into varieties and variables for analysis. As I said before, it focuses on all aspects of language. So yeah, it can break into varieties and variable to analysis. And pure linguistics also draws on various methods and approaches from different disciplines. So pure linguistics leaves room for hypothesis on the condition of the formation and evolution of languages, and especially for the functionalities. And in this pure linguistic, as you can see in the screen, the scope of pure linguistic is almost the same like theoretical linguistic, but there is two differences. between the pure linguistic and theoretical linguistic, which is the scope of historical linguistic and computational linguistic. And here I would like to explain about historical linguistic and computational linguistic. So historical linguistic is language, historical linguistic is the study of language change over time and processes that drive linguistic evolution. So in this historical linguistic, we will learn about how language evolved until now. And then the second one is computational linguistic. So in this computational linguistic, we will learn about the study of natural language processing by language technology. For example, like machine translation and speech recognition. So overall, the scope of this pure linguistic is the scientific study of language and focusing how to understanding the nature and properties of language as a system of communication. And the next material will be presented by my friend SUCI. SUCI, the time is yours.
All right, thank you for opportunity. So next content is macrolinguistics. So macrolinguistics is a field of linguistics called macrolinguistics focuses on studying language in extensive detail. 21. It means language in its position as something complex. Macrolinguistics directs study to an external structure of particular language or the external structure of language in generally. So, scope of macrolinguistics, several subdisciplines of macrolinguistics, namely, for first, sociolinguistic. So, sociolinguistic are linguistic branches that examine the relationship between language and its speaker community. This science is a contextual study of the variety of people's language usage in a natural communication. Second, psycholinguistic. So psycholinguistic is a study of the use of language and the acquisition of language by psycholinguistic human is a combined approach through psychology and linguistics for the study of language knowledge and others. Third, anthropolinguistic. So anthropolinguistic are linguistic branches that study the variety and use of language in relation to the development of time, differences in place of communication, kinship system, influence of ethnic habits, 24 beliefs, language ethics, custom, and other cultural patterns of a nation. Fourth, stylistica. So stylistica comes from the word style, which means linguistic, is a branch of linguistics that focuses on language style analysis. Fifth, philology. Philology is a science that learns the language in written historical sources. It is a combination of literary, historical, and linguistic criticisms. This is more often interpreted as the study of literary texts and written notes. The determination of the authenticity of its formation and determination of its meaning. Philology is an interdisciplinary science between linguistics, history, and culture. Six, linguistic philosophy. So linguistic philosophy is a linguistic subdisciplinary that studies the nature of language is a human activity, concept policy, linguistic theory, and others. The philosophy of language is a theory of language that philosophers successfully put forward while they are on their way to understanding conceptual knowledge. Language philosophy is the e-word of philosophers 225 understand conceptual science through understanding language. And last one is dialect technology. So dialect technology is a subdisciplinary of linguistics that study dialects or that study language variations, dialect boundaries, and language in a given region. Dialect technology is an offshoot of linguistic studies, arising in part because of the impact of comparative linguistic or chronic linguistic studies. This branch of science is an interdisciplinary science between linguistics and geography. Next slide, please. All right, thank you. So last content is microlinguistic. So microlinguistics is a language. Language is studied in the branch of linguistics known as macrolinguistic. In a narrow manner, 20, it means language in its position as an independent natural phenomenon. Macrolinguistic directs the study of a particular internal structure of language or the internal structure of language in general. Microlinguistics is a field of linguistics that study language from within. In other words, studying the structure of the language itself or studying the language directly. The scope of microlinguistics, several subdisciplines of microlinguistics such as, first, phonology. So phonology is the science that investigates the characteristic of the sounds of language, how they occur and how they function in the linguistic system as a whole. Second, morphology. So morphology is the science that investigates the structure of words, their parts, and how words are formed. Third, semantics. Semantics is the science that investigates the meaning of language lexical, grammatical, and contextual. Fourth, syntax. So syntax is the science that investigates word units and other units above words, their relationship to 122, Krida Laksana, Linguistic Dictionary 144 and 148, 23 another, and how they are arranged so that they become units of speech. And last is lexicology. Lexicology is a science that investigates the lexicon or vocabulary of a language from its various aspects.
Well, I think that is all from our group presentation about the part of linguistics. I hope you can find this video is helpful for you, and thank you for watching until the end of the video. Goodbye.